We're here in the Teen Challenge office where I work. Teen Challenge, New Hampshire, Manchester. It's where all the magic happens. Fundraising, ministering, bringing people in, and things like that. So my name's Andy Mikols, 25 years old, from Haverhill, Massachusetts. I grew up in a Christian home, single mother, four siblings. Until the age of 15, I had very little contact with my father and made me feel unsure of myself and unworthy of his love. And I felt if I was unworthy of my father's love, how could I ever be worthy of God's love? So as I aged into adolescence, I longed to fit in with the older guys. I would do what they would do, which is smoke marijuana and drink malt liquor. Not only did I feel accepted, but for the first time in my life, I felt worthy. Having been raised in that Christian home with my mother, there was morals and values that she instilled in me, lines I vowed never to cross, from popping pills to sniffing heroin to eventually mainlining heroin. One by one, I gradually crossed all these lines. I stole from my mother and father and everybody who cared about me. I lied, and at 6'5", 160 pounds, I was wasting away, and I was wasting my life. There was always a void I was trying to fill. Waiting sentencing this last time in my jail cell, I cried out to God. I was so broken and beaten, and well, He answered. He brought me to my knees. I cried out to Him. So the courts, they stipulated me to a 30-day program, but I knew in my heart that wasn't going to be long enough. So I stood up in my cell. I walked down the tier and I picked up that phone. And I told my mother I was willing to go to Teen Challenge. And in that instant, she started to cry. My mother had been praying for several years that I would enter Teen Challenge. And she knew in that very moment that all her prayers had been answered. It was a pretty heavy moment. I told her I would go on one condition. Like I was in the place to make demands, but I said there had to be a bed open immediately. The next day I wasn't gonna go. I was gonna do the rest of my bed. So still so full of fear that night, I went in that cell and I prayed against there being a bed. But the good Lord provided. And on July 8th, 2015, I entered Teen Challenge, open-minded and willing to change. Since then, I've been transformed. Not conformed by the pressures around me, but transformed from the inside out. I have a purpose and self worth. I no longer run and hide when problems come my way. Instead, I embrace them because I'm learning through these trials and tribulations that God is shaping and molding me. I'm learning biblical principle and how to apply them into my life. I'm now an intern here at Teen Challenge New Hampshire because I feel called to help other people that are struggling in the same situations I was in. The scripture I stand on is Philippians 1:12, and it reads, "But I want you to know, my brothers and sisters, that all the things that have happened to me have actually been for the furtherance of the gospel." Thank you and God bless. Over and out.